What is up, everybody? Happy New Year. This is 2025, and we're talking about a new year with new laws in California since I'm a California resident. We're talking about the new laws that are going to affect as of January 1st, 2025. Let's talk about them and let's see if they're good or bad. The next new law that's going to affect as of January 1st, 2025 is now, if you're parked illegally within 20 feet of a crosswalk, you are going to be facing fines, so be prepared to pay more heavy fines if you're actually going to double park illegally. So basically now, if you're double parked in an unmarked or marked crosswalk, then be prepared to pay for fines. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. Some people say it's a bad thing because now, let's say you do deliveries or you do Uber, DoorDash, or delivery services or whatever, and sometimes you can't find parking because parking in certain areas in California, let's say you live in Los Angeles, which is densely populated, or in San Francisco, which is also densely populated, and there's limited parking around. For some people, it's a bad thing because I don't think it's fair that people have to pay a fine every time they double park illegally. Let's say they have nowhere else to park, and they have to park there just to go to that certain address to deliver goods to the customer. For them, it's going to be a bad thing. For me, I don't know. I may not like it because sometimes parking is such a problem in certain places. I live in LA, and parking is such a huge problem. So for me, I'm not sure if I like this new rule, this new law about double parking in an unmarked or marked crosswalk. They claim that hopefully it's to help pedestrians cross the crosswalk. Let's say a car blocks the crosswalk, whether it's unmarked or marked. I'm not too sure if I like this new law, but for some people they like it. Some people probably hate it. Let me know in the comments if you hate that new law or not. I don't know if I like that new law because parking's already difficult enough in LA, in California, but I don't know if it's a good thing or not. The next new law that's coming into effect that I think it's actually going to be a good thing, and I hope it actually works. It's now increased penalties for shoplifting, retail crime, stuff like that. Now that Proposition 36 went into effect last month, pretty much now, shoplifting will become a felony, regardless of the amount. These steps are to intend to overturn Proposition 47, which means if you steal less than $950, it will only be considered a misdemeanor and not a felony. But now, shoplifting is now illegal in California. So, criminals, if you think about shoplifting at Target, Walmart, or from business owners, whatever, good luck, because now law enforcement can effectively now do their job. They have the power to arrest anyone and put increased penalties and harsher punishments for shoplifters who come here to steal from certain stores and business owners, which I think is a good thing because shoplifting in California has been going on for way too long now, and something needs to be done to stop it. That new law about shoplifting and increased penalties here in California with Proposition 36 that came into effect, I think it's a good thing. For me, I like that law. I like it because enough is enough. As long as business owners are protected, then this new law for me, hopefully it should work. It definitely should work to hopefully reduce retail crime here in our state of California. The next new law that goes into effect January 1st, 2025 is that now legally, your landlord has to give you back your security deposit after the end of your lease. Let's say you're going to move out of your apartment after the end of the lease. What does that mean for us tenants here in California? So let's say you rent an apartment and you have to give your security deposit. And then you sign a lease. So let's say you live at the apartment for a year or longer. It really depends between you and your landlord. After the end of your lease, legally by law now, your landlord has to give you back your security deposit. And if they say no, then obviously they're breaking the law. So now legally, your landlord has to give you back your security deposit. After you, let's say you moved out of your apartment or property, whatever, after a certain period of time and you decide not to renew your lease. Bottom line is, after the end of your lease, legally, your landlord has to give you back your security deposit. They cannot hold it, and if they do, then obviously you have to report it. So this new law hopefully is to put an end between the tensions between the landlord and the tenant. So legally, landlord has to give you back your security deposit. If you're the tenant, your landlord has to give you back your security deposit at the end of the lease. So that's how it works, and hopefully this will end all the chaos, this mess between landlords and tenants. That's the new law that goes into effect as of 2025. Now, the next new law that I'm talking about, which hopefully will put an end to all this chaos, is hidden fees and surprise fees up front when you check out. So now legally, as of 2025, they now have to tell you the fees at the front desk instead of surprise fees, because let's be real, these surprise and hidden fees is what really hurts us financially. So legally now, if you rent a hotel, make a reservation at a hotel or whatever, legally now they have to tell you up front the fees instead of always giving you surprise fees and hidden fees. So legally, as of 2025 now, they have to tell you up front about the fees, which I think it's a good thing, because some of us are always tired of these hidden fees and surprise fees that we don't know about, and they don't tell us. So now legally, hotel staff, let's say you make a reservation at a hotel or whatever, legally now they have to tell you up front about the fees when you go and check out. So I think that's going to be a good thing. There's not much to talk about that, because honestly, it's not that crazy, but hopefully that new law actually works, because we're tired of surprise fees when we check out at hotels. So now, again, legally they have to tell you up front about the fees they're going to charge you before you check out. Now, the next new law I will be talking about is that now if you speed, if you're involved in street racing or street takeovers, now there'll be harsher penalties if you do these things. They are installing speed cameras. So if this means now, if you exceed the speed limit by over 20 miles an hour, you will be fined between $50 to $500. It really depends on the severity of the violation. If you speed more than 100 miles an hour, then the fine will be $500 coming to your mail. So if you love speeding, then I would suggest you not do it, because now there will be harsher punishments if you speed. Same thing goes for street takeovers and illegal street racing. Now law enforcement has the authority now to arrest anybody who is involved in street takeovers, even if you're there just to watch. The penalties are, it could be fines up to thousands of dollars and 90 days in jail if you're involved in street takeovers, even if you're there to watch. You will face jail time if you're involved or you're the one who hosted those street takeovers. So now you probably should just be good and just follow the law, because now street takeovers will be illegal now in California. And speeding, you probably want to slow down and probably don't put your right foot down, because now speeding will be more expensive if you're caught. Honestly, they cause a lot of injuries, deaths. So police, including CHP, the LA County Sheriff's Department, LAPD, want to do everything they can and reduce the speed-related deaths in order to cut down on all the street takeover-related deaths, injuries, and also speed-related deaths, injuries, and accidents caused by these. So this new law officially now is in effect as of 2025. Now, the next new law that goes into effect as of 2025 is that now they no longer could charge you fees. Let's say your card gets declined and you always get charged fees, which for me, it's really annoying. But now legally, places can no longer charge you fees if your card gets declined. So hopefully this new law will actually work, because some people complain they always get charged fees because their card gets declined, their credit card, debit card, whatever. But legally now, places can no longer charge you fees if your card gets declined, because if they still do that, then obviously they're breaking the law. So hopefully with this new law, that goes into effect as of 2025. This should provide relief for us, the consumers, the customers that goes into a store or whatever and buy something and their card gets declined. We can no longer be charged any fees just because the card gets declined. So this new law hopefully will end all the complaints and chaos, stuff like that. Hopefully this new law works. Now the last one I will be talking about in 2025 for California, the new law, is that now all employers will be paid $16.50 an hour, which is an increase from $16 an hour. This includes all employers, fast food, retail, you name it. I'm not sure if it's a huge difference. It's not that big of a difference, but it's a slight increase. Only by 50 cents. It's not a big difference. Although some places in California, the minimum wage is slightly higher. Let's say for fast food workers, it's $20 an hour. So if that's the case, then the minimum wage will go up a little bit more later this year. But for some people, it's not that much of a big difference. But for some people, they think that higher minimum wage means the prices will go up. Obviously, they already did. So places like McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Chick-fil-A, you name it. I mean, the prices have been going up even more. And they are going to go up even higher here in California as the minimum wage goes up higher and higher in California. That's what Governor Gavin Newsom signed as of 2025. Higher minimum wage means that things are going to get more expensive. Well, guys, that's it. That's all the laws that you have to hear for 2025 in California. I did not cover them all because I don't want to make this video super long. You could always go to the website and check it out for yourself. If there's some laws that I didn't cover, you gotta let me know in the comment section below. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. It will really help the channel a lot. You could also follow me on my social media pages as well. On Instagram, TikTok, Truth Social, and Twitter, or X, which is now called. So anyways, thank you for watching. Happy New Year, and have a good day, guys. Take care, everybody.